Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. I'm just in a great mood. Just returned from the Philadelphia LAN SC for All. Lots of fun there. Really excited about Brood War. I know I always am, but even more so right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Soma going up against Made. Made is one of the top Terrans on the ladder. I think, like, right now, I just looked, and he was, like, ranked 6 or so right now on the ladder. So definitely one of the highest ranked players. He was, like, the #1 ranked Terran a week ago or so. But, yeah, a lot of people active right now. And then, of course, Soma just played in the ASL Finals. And if you haven't watched it yet, I'm really shocked and turned the video off. But, yeah, I mean, this guy, he is the current champion. I feel very good about this, that on ArtosisCasts, I think that you regular viewers were pretty dialed in to how good Soma was before this tournament, right? Like, I casted a lot of his games. We were commenting a lot about, like, oh, wow, Soma's in ridiculous shape right now. He's going to be a real threat in this ASL. Because I feel like the people that don't watch ArtosisCasts, when I talk to them, they were kind of caught off guard by how good Soma played throughout this season. So, yeah, I have some pride points on that. And I hope that we can do that for all the ASL seasons going forward where, you know, I'm casting a good enough variety of games from everyone that we can kind of tell, like, okay, these are the guys in really good shape right now. So, hope that you guys enjoyed that ASL Finals and hope that you are now enjoying the off-season. You know, yeah, it's the off-season in between ASLs. I think the ASLs this year were unbelievably fantastic, and I actually think next year is going to be even more fun. A lot of people are saying Flash is probably going to be playing again. Everyone's in such good shape. I'm very excited about it. Just about everything. Brood War forever, man. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this game a little bit. It looks like Made is going for... Oh, he only starts the depot there. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So, couple notes on the optimizations for Made. First off, his wall, the way that he walled here, he decided to have 2 holes, which you can put a second depot here if you want and make it so it only has 1 hole. The barracks would be down a little bit, and actually, I believe at this spawn, the depot goes on the right. Either way, like, he decided to play it like this. And he actually went second depot, not with this SCV, which... it sometimes will occur, and not here, but instead here, and did not scout with a secondary SCV, which is okay, because he did see this Overlord down here. So when you see the Overlord, you know what spawn your opponent is at. So just throwing that out there, right? Like, little optimizations that we're seeing from Made as he expands, and by the way, that's a very fast cast, so it's either going to be eBay, like, in the next 10 seconds, or it's going to be a mech build. All right, looking over at Soma's side, Zergling speed on the way very quickly, layer coming up, just very standard, like, 2-hatch Muta opener is what it looks like to me. 3 Marines coming down. These are actually looking to intercept this Overlord. That's a very good timing. We've seen that on Radeon before when the Zerg likes to send in this direction. If you bring the Marines out at this time, sometimes you catch that Overlord trying to make his way over to here. And that's actually why a lot of people have asked, like, oh, why do you scout this way? You know, in the Philadelphia LAN I just got back from, I was explaining during one of the casts about how Striker likes to send his Overlord like this on Radeon. They're like, why do you do that? Well, when you get it down here like this, you can easily choose based on where they are, where to put the Overlord to watch. Otherwise, you can't get it down here because it'll be too slow. The second Overlord can go over here if you want it. In this case, he put it here to watch for incoming attacks. Sunken almost done. Spire on the way. Gets the kill on that SCV. And of course, as he gets up here and sees the Sunken, he'll just turn around. Oh, takes a hit. Oopsie daisy. The creep wasn't fully extended, so yeah, he wasn't completely aware of where that was. You can walk up pretty close to the edge of creep once it's fully extended from a Sunken. I think it kind of depends a little bit on the angle. That's actually one of those funny things where when I'm playing, I can tell you exactly where it hits, but sitting here observing and trying to say it with, you know, just like cognitively be like, oh, the range goes exactly here compared to creep. I'm like, I don't know, but I'll walk my Marines to the right place in a game. It's one of those things. It's like, maybe I don't know the number, like, but I know when the probes are being transferred or whatever. Anyways, so taking a look, Spire, third hatch in main base. This is a very fast starport, so it's going to be a Valkyrie rush from Made. And Soma doesn't have good intel on this. Like, a lot of Marines have actually been shown. And in fact, he's made enough Marines to kind of hide what he's doing. But let's see if he adds 2 racks. Okay, his build is still fitting in the 2 racks before turrets. This is one of the tightest builds that exists in this matchup, but because he's cross-spawn, it'll be slightly easier. But yeah, this is like a flash. This is a flash special. Like a month and a half ago, about, Flash started doing this build a lot, and obviously there's like a lot of people have done a lot of different Valkyrie rushes, but this very specific one where you go expansion gas directly into Valkyrie with 2 racks before your turrets. It's a very, very tight build. So yeah, he's getting his bunker down. The mutas are coming across the map. Soma taking the top left main base. And yeah, let's see what he gets done with these mutas. It's only 4, so you're not really going to be able to do that much. You really need 7 to inflict real damage. Just a few turrets, like 1 turret at each location, basically pushes back fewer than 7. 7, of course, the number 2 one-shot in SCV. So, Armory coming up. And yeah, +1 on the way. Everything looking pretty standard, pretty normal here for Made. Got to make sure he does not get supply block here. You really need to keep that Valkyrie production very steady. His first one was actually slightly delayed. Now, it looks like, well, no drones on the way yet. He is droning up a little bit during this time. Lurker upgrade on the way as well. So that's a pretty quick Lurker upgrade. And he had canceled speed before, but remaking it at this point. So we're going to have 10 mutas fly in, but 2 Valkyrie plus 2 turrets plus these Marine Medic are more than enough to deal with this. And in fact, oh no. Oh, wow. That was some weird misclick that we just saw. He should have been able to get at least 2 full volleys, like 1 from each on this, and maybe even a second one if some wasn't fast. It looked to me like he clicked on this. Like maybe attack moved, but he like clicked on the starport or something. Not 100% sure, but definitely a mistake. And then a little bit poor on that Valkyrie micro. So Soma picks off one of the Valkyries right away. That's a big, big deal. Losing your first starport unit or one of your first 2 starport units in TVZ is a terrible place to start. Very similar to losing your first Corsair, right? If you lose your first Corsair and they go muta, you're like, oh no, this is just not good. So losing that first Valkyrie, like 2 Valkyries are much better than 1, but 3 Valkyries are like so much better than 2. And as you hit like 4 Valkyries, like Mutalisks just evaporate. So losing 1 is very painful. It really changes how quickly you kill those mutas off. And that sounds like it's obvious, but it's like more than you think. It's not like a linear building when you're doing the actual fights. So he picks another one off. The Lurkers are going to finish on top of this ramp, so Made is not going to be able to get up there. Good play from Soma. He's kind of slowed everything down enough. He's going to get enough Lurkers. Yeah, this is a double stack, and he actually stacked these like so perfectly. That is very hard to tell. There's actually like a weird thing that happens when you scan where you can kind of tell what the stack is. It's one of those things where it's like hard to explain again, but you can kind of see it in game. It's like a stifle of them getting revealed or something. It's very weird. Anyways, 3 Valkyries out here. The Muta's going to be flying away. No Scourge with them, so definitely very important. Where are we going from here? Yeah, dropship. Not a big surprise. I think that going Valkyrie into dropship, it's a little bit all in. We've talked about this a bit, how Valkyrie builds, unless they go into mech, are generally pretty all in. And we don't know, like, this might go into mech. He's actually making vultures right now. But it's really hard to make this go into SK Terran. Like, you simply have to get a lot of damage with the drop. Because you aren't building up to anything that can clear Lurkers. So, like, if Soma just has solid defense for the next, like, minute and a half or so, I think this game is going to be going pretty strongly in his favor. All right, the Lurkers burrow, but the Marine might have seen that. Sorry, my scroll speed is a little bit up from the tournament. All right, Scourge coming down. He does get a pick on one and actually sees that dropship. That's really, really important. The dropship is going to be absolutely crucial. There's not actually very much up here, but he is going to bring 3 more Lurkers, some Lings, some Mutas, so that should be enough to stop a single dropship here. And he actually did not load in a medic, which is a big mistake. The difference in the quality of the drop, whether it has a medic or not, is gigantic. So he's going to try to drop here on the side. This is one of those things where if you just send everything in, you're going to clear it easily. Yeah, the Muta's actually taking a lot of hits there and some of them going down. But you know what? He kills off all of the Marines that drop out. He kills off all of the Valkyries, plenty of Lings, plenty of Lurkers up here. So Soma looking really, really good at the moment. Defiler Mound is coming up. And looking over at Maid's side, it does kind of look like he's going SK Terran. Yeah, he's adding an additional barracks. He's getting an additional upgrade, another starport, but he's also adding in Vultures. Now, this is not a very common thing to see Vultures with Marine Medic, because generally at this stage of the game with SK Terran, you actually have to be the aggressor, right? Like, you have to actually be reducing the amount of units your opponent has, delaying 3rd or 4th bases and all that. And the Vultures are more of a defensive measure. Yeah, occasionally there'll be a weird situation where you can, like, run up a ramp, but look, these positions, not really. Like, you're not going to be able to, like, sneak the Vultures by. Yeah, you can lay these mines, but what is it doing? It's, like, stopping Zerg from coming out, but that's not what you're really looking for here. Now, a great spread of Lurkers, Mass Lurker there from Soma coming out, and the Marines do have to pull back against that. Maid trying to push in once again. Look at that Irradiated Hatchery. You ever seen that, guys? He irradiated the drone to try to prevent this, but it made the hatchery before it died. That was really quick from Soma. This is a very, very, very rare thing to see. Irradiating the drone is actually pretty rare as well. Every Terran has done it before, because occasionally you're like, okay, well, I mean, I could kill one more Lurker, but we could also delay this base by quite a bit. But yeah, he doesn't get the delay on that, so that actually becomes completely worthless. Now, Ultra's Cavern on the way. Plague coming up. Soma looking like he's in very, very good shape. We have the double eBay upgrading. Let's just check these upgrades. Just +1 right now. And he's adding a lot of barracks. 8 barracks is, like, obviously very good for macro, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. Light has said this specifically, and I've said it in a negative way, and Light says it in a more positive way. So the way I say it is, like, it doesn't matter if you have 1,000,000 Marines, you're still not going to break the Dark Swarm, right? So it's kind of like what Light says is the amount of Marines doesn't really matter as much. It's the quality of the pressure you're putting on, right? So, like, some of the best TVZers in the world sometimes will bank some money, like, not purposely, obviously, but it's more about, like, multitasking and trying to get damage, rather than making sure that you've maxed out as many Marines as possible. Obviously, it's better to have more than less. Okay, I don't want to make it seem like that, but yeah. I'm just trying to point out that, like, you don't see pros even go up to 8 racks that often. So he's got another command center that got started, unfortunately lost that SCV. Gets this one down, going to send his SCVs over. Oh, we have a nice drop going up in this top right, and this is what we're talking about here, getting this type of pressure, this type of harassment going. He actually picks that off immediately. It's too bad he didn't have a scan there. I bet you he's actually out of scans at the moment, because that would have been a great couple kills. Another Darkstorm goes down, the Lurker positioning itself, drones being pulled, and he's gonna get the Ultra's Cavern. That's a good get, and actually the spawning pool is an amazing get as well. It looks like we are gonna have, like, some drops coming up for the Overlord as well. Like, that's... You can drop, like, Lurker, Defiler, and Mineral Lines, and it's very, very annoying indeed. Finally, this command center is back on the way. Dark Swarms continue to push into the general area. Those are doing a good job. And, all right, so like, the drop overall, I think getting the Ultra's Cavern, getting the spawning pool, causing that much delay is very, very strong for Made. But if we look at the supplies, his supply is not really all that high, and Soma actually has, like, very, very good resources. So Ultra's Cavern and the spawning pool are back on the way, but they aren't up yet. So when those finish, he's going to be able to make a lot of units to utilize. But right now, you know, it's... Wait, he has Kindness Plating on the way? Does he have 2? Oh, he does. He made 2 Ultra's Caverns, so he's trying to catch up on those upgrades. He wants speed and Kindness Plating as quickly as possible. Now, more mines are being laid. I'm very interested in the amount that he's utilizing mines in this game. Because, like, I know a lot of StarCraft fans kind of theorize this kind of usage of the mines, like using mines throughout the game. But we just don't see it at high levels very often. Because, again, you're trying to be more aggressive, and this is taking time. And are those actually going to do anything? Now, another massive drop here while he tries to break over on the left-hand side. Really fantastic drop from Made. His multitasking looking fantastic here. Look at the supply differential now. He's really increased his own and reduced Soma's. Now scanning, killing off that Lurker. He does have those 2-1 upgrades, which are fantastic. Chitinous Plating is on the way, as well as more armor. Some Ultralisks coming up. Ultralisks are a very good counter to mass drops, because you just need a ton of Marines together to deal with Ultras. Good scan there. Picks off another one. The Zergling's going to help to clear this out, it looks like. Doesn't quite get that Nidus. In the meantime, a new 4th base has gone down for Soma, but this one has been stalled out for a really, really long time. I am interested in these mines. Like, you know, it's not all, like, Flash or Light or, you know, whoever you might say, Soma, Sulky, Best, Snow. Those aren't the only people making changes to the metagame, right? Like, some things appear on ladder, not in the mind of a pro gamer. So maybe, you know, this type of style is something that Made is utilizing to great effect, where he's going SK Terran, but he's actually laying these mines as well. Maybe. Doesn't seem like they've been that useful this game, but it's actually making me want to watch a lot more Made TVZs. We might have to check some of those out later. Ooh, I actually didn't even know that was happening until I saw that die. I'm like, well, if the Nidus died on this end, it got killed on the other. So another drop comes out. The Ultras are actually really low on their carapace upgrades, so they're not going to counter these drops as well as they want to. That's, like, very low with Chitinous Plating not done yet. Made killing off a ton of drones. I think he's done it. Like, this looks so good for Made right now. Wow, that D-Matrix doing a lot of work. But Darkstorm comes down, so he does have to pull back out of there. Yeah, more Marines and Medics coming in. Not really mining. Has that 3rd base going. Getting very low on his other mineral patches, so hopefully he will send some more to that 4th base down at 6 o'clock. But I think the writing's on the wall here for Soma. He's got so little left over. You know, the one thing I will say is really, really missing from Made here, if he just added more fire bats... Out, please! Oh my god. He definitely... His Soma's on a barcode here. He would never say that if he knew he was playing against Soma. That is so rude. Oh my god. I want Soma to win. If Soma comes back and wins, this is going to be the greatest game of all time. I don't think he's going to, though. It looks too damn good right now for Made. GG. Soma with the utmost manner. I would never have GG'd there in a million years. I love it. All right, showing some flavor. Interesting game. Let me know what you think in the comments about the mines. Like, again, I don't think that they did that much this game, but that was really interesting. And he was very on top of consistently dropping. I don't think I did that good a job observing the drop quality, because I actually, like, the pacing for drops is generally not quite like that. Like, sometimes you see very all-in drop play where there's very, very few vessels and stuff. Speed does that sometimes, another great ladder Terran. But yeah, we normally don't see him that consistently. But he did a great job breaking through. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this game. We'll see you next time.